Hi everyone and welcome back. Just a really quick update for the end of the week. We saw a lot of movements the last week because of the earnings report from Nvidia and the Fed meeting minutes, and therefore it was pretty volatile and I had no time to update you here on YouTube because I was updating my community. And yeah, we got some really nice entries. I will come to that later on. And yeah, now I will start on the Patterson-UTI chart here again as in the last updates, because I was telling you I will probably take some profits here if we grind higher. And yeah, the price made another leg to the upside, and I took some profits here in the $12.70 region. I took some profits here and here, so I was selling into the green candles. And I told you, as long we're holding support, I'm looking here for higher prices, ideally into the region between $13 and $15. And I think we touched the $13.08. So yeah, we went into my target region here. I'm still expecting higher prices here, as long we hold these yellow support here. So I took here, I went here to the low of the last swing low, and then I'm measuring the 50% Fibonacci retracement and the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement. And the first indication we coming down would be a break of this swing low here at $11. If we're breaking below the yellow support here, especially the $10.51, then the structure is probably, breaking. But we got 5 waves up, and therefore I could label this entire move here as an A wave or a wave 1 in a more bullish interpretation, and therefore we would look for 3 waves down into the B wave or wave 2. And yeah, but as long we're holding above the yellow support, I'm looking for higher prices. Currently it's looking good. Ideal target for this blue wave 5 is at $15.33. At the moment I have no indication we're coming down deeper, therefore I'm looking here for higher prices into the target region. But I took my profits and I sold all my positions here on PTEN because I want to rotate my positions into other assets where I see more potential at the moment. And only because we saw here this potential fifth wave to the upside doesn't mean we can't grind higher. But as I told you, I see more potential in other assets. So everyone who is still invested here, all eyes here on the yellow support. If we hold this support, we can grind higher. So no financial advice, but technically, as long we hold the yellow support, we can expect higher prices into the $15 region. So then what else we had? Yeah, we saw some movements here on Hims and Hers. Unfortunately, we broke below the wave 4 support. I mean, this wave 4 or the structure in blue gets invalidated with a break through the wave 1 high. I think we broke below it. Yeah, as you can see, slightly below the yellow support, $21.60 region here. That's the wave 1 of the C wave here. Initially, I was tracking here the in blue the A wave, B wave, and then the C wave to the upside. And the C wave is always in 5 waves: 1, 2, 3, 4. But the requirement was to hold the initial wave 4 support here to get the 5th wave into the C wave. And yeah, with the break of this support, we got the first indication we might test the white support. I told you that in the last update. And therefore I'm shifting my view now into the for the white count. I will delete now the blue count because we broke through the wave 1 top here. Okay, yeah, that was too deep, so My preferred scenario is now in white. I can count this one here as a 5-way structure to the upside. I don't count it as a wave 1 here because the overall structure is suggesting an ABC to the upside because of the diagonal structure in the overall structure. So we were expecting overlapping price actions here anyway. And yeah, we could hold here. If we say our wave 2 was here, then we could hold the 61%. As you can see here, the golden ratio, that's the requirement to hold for the wave 4. We hold that, and therefore I can label this one here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the A wave. Yeah, the wave 4 here, same procedure as here, is actually invalidated with a break through the wave 1 top. So from the Elliott wave rules. Yeah. And now when we zoom in, you see this here, the current move in orange. I'm labeling this one here. So we jump onto the 1-hour chart. So you get an idea. I got the question, okay, is this not a 5-wave move in a diagonal? Yes, you can label this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But so first point here, this move here is a little bit long. And we have here overlapping price action. Even in a diagonal structures are unreliable. I mean, it fits better with one more low, touching here the white support, and therefore this looks really corrective, clearly corrective for me. So it's not a 5-way structure, in my opinion. Also, you can measure here the potential A wave. And then you go to the low of the B wave. And as you can see, we almost touched perfectly here the 100% extension of the A to the B, low to the B wave. And therefore it's, yeah, clearly a ABC structure in my opinion. And now, as you can see, we're coming down, potentially for a test of the white support. So when we zoom out now, you see, I think I was labeling this move here the last time when I was looking here for this 4th wave as an ABC in an A wave. Then we got this A undershooting B wave, C wave, B wave, and I was expecting the C wave. Maybe it's still running, and this is the C wave, and we touch here the I mean, we are potentially in a B wave, so therefore I'm looking here for really messy structures, and it's overlapping. It's not impulsive to the downside, and therefore I'm still expecting a reaction here in this white support box. So let's say we are currently building out this B wave here to the downside. As you can see, it's really overlapping, and yeah, the price doesn't know where it wants to go, and I'm expecting here the final test of the white support, maybe here the $20 region or the $18.96, or maybe we come lower here. So I was labeling this one here as a critical support because I want the price to hold above this level. This is still an ideal support level for a B wave here down below, but breaking below the $16.45 would be not perfect, would be pretty deep, and therefore I'm looking here for a reaction between $20 and 16 and 45 cents. So in this region, we should expect a reaction to the upside. If we see something like a 5-way structure to the upside, this could be our first wave 1 of the C wave to the upside. Then we would looking for 3 waves down. And for everyone who's not invested, could buy into the wave 2 here, because we have a clear invalidation here below the wave 1 start, stop loss below this level, entry here in the wave 2, and then you can trade the 3rd wave of the C wave to the upside. No financial advice, but that's the idea, or the way I would trade it if I'm not invested at the moment here. I'm still invested in it because I'm looking here for, or I'm believing in the bigger story, or the whole story of hims and hers, because I see fundamentally a lot of potential in the future. So I'm invested here. I don't trade it in the short term. But if you want to trade it, I would look here for 5 waves up before buying in. Yeah, no financial advice, but if someone wants to trade it, wait for a reaction and then you can enter. All right, and then we have, so to complete the story here, I'm looking here for the white account. We topped here potentially in a wave for A. Now I'm looking here for the B wave and then for a reaction 5-way structure to the upside in this region here between $20 and the $16.45. That would be ideal. At the moment, the price or the trend remains down. We need 5 waves up. Yeah, that's it. And then we had the uranium sector here with energy fuels. Yeah, played out pretty well with the C wave here to the downside. I told you in the last update, I think we were here in this region. Was not clear. And yeah, we got this A wave down. At that moment, it was a potential A wave. I told you weeks ago here, this structure, this 3-wave structure gave us the idea that this entire move is probably a B wave because it looks corrective from the start on here. So A wave, overlapping price action in a B wave, and then C wave potentially up. This was probably a WXY. I mean, it doesn't matter. It was a B wave. And now we're coming down into the C wave. And as long we're trading below the yellow resistance zone here, below the $19.25. I'm looking here for at least one more low into the 5th wave of the blue C wave, with an ideal target at $14.58. And from there on, I would look for 5 waves up. So no financial advice, but this could be our wave 1. And then we would look for 3 waves down into the wave 2. And this could be a nice entry zone to trade the 3rd wave to the upside with a stop loss below the start 1 of the wave 1. Yeah, this is the way how I would trade it. As always, I'm looking here for 5 waves up in a larger wave 1, and then I would look for an entry into the 2nd wave, stop loss below the start, and then we can trade the 3rd wave. But at the moment, buying in right now into the C wave, I mean, if we are in a wave 2, I would look here for a test of the white support. So this could grind even deeper into or below the $10 region to test maybe the golden ratio. So of the entire move to the upside here. And that's it. I mean, we can grind in a wave 2, we can grind even lower to the $5. Yeah, it looks pretty deep from the current point, but what I want to point out, buying into this move here could be pretty dangerous because we could test here the white support below. And therefore, I would look here for 5 waves up before entering any trades, because then we have a clear invalidation here. But at the moment, it looks pretty good that we are on the right pathway here into the C wave in blue. And yeah, next level to watch is the $14.58. If we see 5 waves up, good. If we just see 3 waves, then we have the first indication the price might drop even deeper and wants to test the white support here down below. Therefore, critical level here, the $19.25. Trading below this level, we're looking for the 5th wave. And then the next level is the $14.58. All right. Then we have the Uranium Energy. Yeah, pretty much the same story, but yeah, this is also a potential A wave, B wave, C wave to the downside. And as long we're trading below this yellow support, I'm looking here for this 5th wave down. The ideal target, and here's the difference. The ideal target for this 5th wave here is at $10.81. And the ideal target for the blue C wave is at $9.36. So we have two levels to watch to the downside. So when we come down here, we could expect a reaction here at the $10.81. If we see 5 waves up, we have a first indication the price could turn around. But without 5 waves up, we don't have any signal that or a break of the resistance that the price might turn around. Yeah, if we come down here and see no reaction, or we just see 3 waves, then I would look here for the $9.36. Also, from a psychological point of view, the $10 could be a region to watch. So the entire region here between the $10.81 and the $9.36, we have a lot of Fibonacci levels in this region, especially down below here. The wave 2 support. Yeah, I mean, in the very short term, as long we're trading below the yellow support, the trend remains down. And yeah, the levels to watch is here definitely the $10.81, and below that level, I'm expecting a test of this region here, ideally reaching the area around $9.36. And same procedure as on energy fuels. If we see a reaction here in a 5-way structure to the upside, this could be our first indication the price will turn around, and then we get the potential wave 2, and this could be our entry opportunity with a stop loss below the wave 1 start here. No financial advice always. I keep repeating it because it's my idea how to trade it. And I hope that helps. So in the short term, I'm looking here for deeper prices until we see a reaction in a 5-way structure. All right, then we had the CrowdStrike chart, the last updates as well, and it played out really nice. And here you see, I was trying to get in here because I was expecting here one more low. But I was too slow, to be honest. We saw an initial wave 1 here and even larger wave 1 when I zoom out. Then this A wave, B wave, and I told you in my community here, this is potentially the last leg down before the price shoots up. And exactly that was the case. And I was too slow to get in here, and then the train started, and I don't buy any green candles, and then I'm looking for other setups. You have every day new opportunities. I mean, unfortunately, I couldn't get in here. It is how it is, but I showed you the setup here weeks ago. Maybe someone of you took the trade and is now grinding with the train to the upside, and can take some great profits here, or not taking profits or making profits, because we're still grinding higher as long we hold this yellow support here. And I'm still see this move here as an internal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this third wave is potentially still running. As long we hold this yellow support, breaking below this yellow support, we will potentially test the wave 4 support, which is here in the in brackets. This larger wave 4 comes into focus then. But as long we hold this yellow support and bounce back here, I'm looking for higher prices. And at the moment, it's looking pretty well, or pretty good, that we grind even higher. As long the support holds, I'm looking for higher prices. And I can't tell you what are the targets, but currently it's looking really bullish. And I mean, next level to watch could be here the area above the $700 region. This is definitely an area to watch. And as long we hold support, grind the wave. So putting stops here below the support could make sense. No financial advice as always, but gives the price a little bit room to test the levels here, and then we're looking for higher prices. If we break the structure here, then the structure will probably break below this level. And at the moment, the price or the trend remains up. And then UnitedHealth. Yeah. My preferred scenario definitely in orange, and which we saw the initial A wave down here, then A, B, C into the larger B wave, and we're looking here for an even deeper prices into the orange C wave. In a more bullish interpretation, I'm looking here for 1, 2, 3, but for the third wave, I want the price to at least break through the $518 level. And as long as we're trading below this level, I'm looking here for this B wave top into the C wave to the downside. And next level to watch is the $426. And breaking above this level, yeah, then we could look here for the third wave to the upside. But as long as we don't break through this level here, my view is, or my preferred scenario is in orange. All right. And SanDisk, yeah, still grinding higher. The price is looking corrective, and therefore I'm looking for higher prices. And yeah, you see here. So on SanDisk, looks really corrective here. I'm labeling this one as an A wave, B wave, C wave. I think we hit an ideal target here for this. A little bit deeper, but we didn't came even lower. So we touched the ideal target of the 100% extension to the downside. Now internally we saw a potential A wave to the upside here. A, B, C into this larger A wave, then B, C to the upside. Maybe we reached here as well the ideal target. Yeah, almost the 100% extension. And if we would have grind higher here, something like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this was not ideal. That looks already really corrective, then because yeah, I was labeling this one here initially already in a three-way structure, so I was expecting that we see here the ABC probably, and now we got rejected here at the 100% extension, and therefore it makes sense to label this one as an A wave in blue. Now ABC into the B wave, and now we can expect the C wave to the downside. But still, everything is corrective. That means we are looking here for trend continuation in the overall structure. And I was expecting here the wave 3 top. But as long as we're trading above the white support box, I was looking for an extension here. Now we got the answer. The price was touching here the 23% Fibonacci retracement level. Therefore, we have the minimum expectations for a wave 4 bottom, or a wave 4 correction. And now we come up in a corrective move again. So therefore, it makes sense that we have here the A wave, B wave, C wave. And the ideal target for this blue C wave here to the downside would mean that we reset the wave 4 to this level here. And the ideal target for the C wave is at the moment at $1,230. And as you can see here, let's jump on the 4-hour chart. You see this structure here down below. I was looking here for this fourth wave when we went into in this C wave here. You see the structure here, and then compare it to this structure here. So it's also really corrective. So this was initial A wave, B wave, C wave. In this move, I'm expecting here as well as you can see. We topped in the third wave, got the first A wave down, then a corrective move up into the B wave, then the C wave into this A wave. So I'm expecting a similar structure at the moment. So in the short term, I'm looking here for this ABC, like here ABC, something like that. And now ABC up, and then yeah, B wave here. So this blue B wave. And yeah, it fits pretty well to the overall structure. Then potentially into the C wave. I mean, you can trade it. It's not easy to trade a fourth wave because it's not ideal. Ideally, you trade the 1-2 setup. So one idea could be at this point, you can wait here for a first reaction, 1-2, and then trade this wave 2 here. You can try to buy the C wave, but always C waves, as I told you on the uranium charts, you don't know where the end is. Therefore, I will probably, because I'm pretty confident that we hold this support here, I want definitely the price to hold above the $1,000 level. I will put my stop loss here later on to below the $1,000 level, because if we break this level here, then we're probably coming down. But the structure is looking really corrective, and therefore I'm pretty no, I don't want to say I'm sure, that because then the opposite will happen. But I'm looking here for a reaction at the $1,230 level here. That would be ideal. Even if we test the level below, that's definitely possible. It could be in this region, it could be an entry opportunity with a stop loss below the $1,000 level, for example. So you have around 10% drawdown. And yeah, or you wait just for 5 waves up. But the last time, I think we got this overshooting B wave afterwards. Maybe we see a similar structure. So this one, A, B, C, then overshooting B wave, and then we get another C wave to the downside before grinding higher. But yeah, that's pure speculation. At the moment, the trend remains down into the C wave. This could be an entry opportunity, either into the C wave with a clear stop loss, or you're waiting for 5 waves up and then try to get in there. But I just want to point out here, we are in a potential 5th wave to the upside. So therefore, we could top at any point here. My ideal target at the moment for this 5th wave here to the upside is at 2,474. So I have extended my target to the upside. And I told you in my previous updates that I have to reset the third wave, the circle wide wave 3 to this point here. And the level to watch is for this idea, for this extended wave 3, is a break of the 1,872. We didn't reach that level at the moment, but if we get the ideal target of this 5th wave to the upside, then I have to reset the circle wave 3 because we breaking above the 100% extension of this entire move here from the wave 1 to the wave 3 plus the wave 3 down to the bottom of wave 4, and that's a 100% extension, and therefore breaking above that level I have to reset the circle wave 3 because it's getting too long, in my opinion, for a 5th wave here. So the 3rd wave never ended, and that would fit perfectly to the idea that we might see the ideal target of this 3rd or 5th wave to the upside at 2,474. Yeah, it looks really high here, but as long the AI bubble is blowing up, I think SanDisk has the potential to reach this level, at least reach the levels above the or around the 1,800. That's definitely possible. But we have to take it level by level, and as long the support holds, we're looking for higher prices, especially with the fundamentals we got for this week from NVIDIA. I made an update here for my premium members. I will show it for you. There's a lot of information the last week here. So I can only recommend you to join my community here. I watched the whole earnings call and summarized everything for my members here, so they get an idea where we stand fundamentally, how the earnings report has to. Oh wait, can I zoom in? Yeah. So I made a fundamental analyze here and summarized everything for all premium members, so you get an idea what is it all about on this earnings report. So the financial outlook, but also the business segmentation, so strategic points from this earnings report or call. What are they focusing on? So for example, the robotics team. And I don't know if you haven't watched it, but NVIDIA's main topic was in this call the data centers. So I summarized everything here for our premium members. Also here with the 5 more most important investment implications from it. So now you see it, but I can only recommend you to join my community, so you have it in the first hand instantly. And here you see also I had a really nice setup here technically, as long we're holding above the $200 level on the NVIDIA chart. I mean, we have also a 1-2 setup there, and that means we are looking here for higher prices. And on the fundamental side, it's looking also really nice. And yeah, that means for SanDisk, fundamentally and technically, we are looking for higher prices. So therefore, as long we hold the white support box here, ideally we reach the area at the $1,230 area. I'm looking for higher prices. And then, yeah, pretty much the same idea here for Micron Technology. Let's put that out. But the current move, yeah, is suggesting lower prices at the moment. In the first step here from this low, it looks like a 1-2 setup here. And therefore I was looking for this white third wave. And then the structure morphed into really overlapping price action. And yeah, I'm leaning now more towards the blue count. So we saw probably here an A wave, and then the B wave, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a diagonal into the C wave of the B wave. And first indication we coming down as a break of this. Yeah, it was this internal, so it's not really clean at the moment anymore. But the idea was, yeah, breaking. I think it was here at the point when I drawed a break of this trend line. Now we can delete it. And we reached the 100% extension of the potential A wave to the B wave here, the B wave low at $770. And as you can see, we got rejected. I will delete the white count at the moment here, so it definitely fits better if we keep it like that. So we potentially saw a 3-wave structure into the B wave. And now our confirmation would be, maybe we got the confirmation already? No. Breaking below the $730 level. Yeah, that would be my confirmation that we're coming down. I mean, it's in line with the idea on SanDisk as well. This could be to adjust it. Yes. Here down below, this could be a nice entry opportunity at $623. This is our ideal target for the blue wave C. And yeah, next level to watch is the yellow support here. Breaking below that level, yeah, would confirm the idea that we're coming down into the C wave here. And from there on, I would look for 5 waves up. And then we might get the chance here in the second wave. Stop loss below the wave 1 start as always. And then we can grind for higher prices. All right, but at the moment it looks, yeah. Corrective, still corrective, A, B, C, A wave, B wave, and then C wave. Therefore, we expect higher prices as long the white support box holds. All right. Then we have something new on our watch list. It is not new, but I have covered it now again after a long time because we see some really interesting movements on supermicrocomputer. I see the initial movement here from the low as a 5-way structure and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, therefore I'm labeling this one here in white as a wave 1. And now, yeah, it's not clear if we might saw already the bottom here in the wave 2. That's possible. But I want the price actually to come back here into the lower region. It's definitely possible that we already bottomed here in the wave 2. Because this one looks also really corrective. A, B, C completed. And I thought, okay, this is just the A wave. Because usually the A wave of a wave 2 is touching the 38% and then coming up, and afterwards the C wave is coming down into the 50% of the golden ratio at 61.8. But now, as you can see, we have a potential 5-way structure again in white here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can label this one here as another wave 1. So we have a double 1-2 setup. In a B wave, it's, yeah, a pretty high B wave. It's not too high, but I mean, in both scenarios, I'm looking overall for higher prices as long as the white support holds here down below. But it's definitely possible that we saw a bottom here in a really bullish case and then saw another 1-2 setup. Yeah, I mean, indication we coming down would be, in my opinion, if we take here the swing low here, go to the high of this top, and then here the golden ratio. If we break below this level, I mean, can put here the potential wave 2 support to the chart. Then we potentially test this level here, and then we have a 1-2, 1-2 setup. It's really bullish. But we have to take it level by level. So at the moment, I can't confirm any top here in place. Could be also an A wave, B wave, and now we get a really high C wave into this B wave, and then we come afterwards down. And yeah, next level to watch is if we come down here, the $33.62. But if we grind higher, then at some point I'm relabeling this one here as an ABC into the blue wave B. And then I would look for the C wave. It doesn't have to come down to this A wave low, but yeah, at the moment, in the very short term, the trend remains definitely up. And I can't confirm any top as long we holding above this yellow support here. So yeah, the overall structure remains bullish at the moment. And at the moment, I'm looking here for higher prices. And in the next sessions, we will probably get the data where we end up either in the B wave or maybe the wave 1 top. In a really, really bullish scenario, yeah, it could be already the third wave to the upside, but this is currently not expected. I'm slightly leaning towards the blue idea. So with one more high, we have this A wave, B wave, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the C wave, topping in the B wave, and an overshooting B wave maybe. And then we come down in the C wave. This could be a nice entry, and then we can trade the larger third wave to the upside. So that's my idea. Maybe in the very short term, higher prices, and then we top in the B wave, high B wave or overshooting B wave, and coming down in the blue C wave. But we will have to take it level by level in the next sessions. So then we have a new member here, new stock. It's IREN, infrastructure provider. I didn't check the full fundamentals here, but from a technical point of view, I got that from one of my members here. If I could cover this chart here, and I see the whole move here currently in a wave 4 correction, potential wave 4 correction in a diagonal. And we might saw already a bottom here and see now the blue A wave, B wave, bottom here in the B wave, because we almost touched the 50%. And we saw 5 waves up. That was our first indication that the price might turn around. Because initially I was looking here for this A, B, C in a larger A wave, then B wave, C wave to the downside. This could be our B wave bottom, and then we trading the C wave to the upside. But now the price is already turning, or might turn around. So it's not a confirmation. We have to hold this wide support to confirm the price will turn around. But I see this move here at the moment as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a potential wave 1. So if we are looking here for higher prices now, then we want the price to hold this wide support box. First indication that we coming down here is a break of the $55.28. So that would be my confirmation. But the first idea was already that we broke the $55.94. Now the price, it looks like it wants to grind deeper. And yeah, breaking below the $55.28 would be my confirmation. We're testing the wave 2 support or potential wave 2 support here. If we see a reaction from here, something like a small 5-way structure, yeah, then we have a double 1-2 setup, and that could be a nice entry position, as always. 1-2 setups. Yeah, I have a clear invalidation point, and therefore it's my approach to how I would trade it here. So I'm definitely looking here for a potential 1-2 setup. Could be still a B wave, definitely. Always possible that we break here below. Then when our ideal target would be still above the 78.6. So definitely possible that we're coming lower here. So I would stay cautious here, buying into the white support. I mean, you can do that. If I see this move here definitely as a 5-way structure. So I'm slightly leaning towards the idea that we might find a bottom here. But the requirement would be to hold the white support box. Breaking below this level here at the $48 would signal that we're coming down into the C wave potentially. But we have to observe the structure. If it's impulsive, so if we see something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this could be our first wave 1. If we see a corrective move afterwards, yeah, then we have a high probability that we're coming down into the C wave here. But as long we have this corrective movements, then A wave, and then we see another B wave here, and down into the C wave support. And as long this movement here is looking corrective, then I would look here for definitely for a wave 2 bottom. And yeah, depending on how deep we come. So this could be a nice setup, but I will keep you updated here. At the moment, it looks good that we might found a bottom here in the wave 2. If we see impulsive structures to the downside, we have to stay cautious. But next level to watch here is definitely the $55.28. And now we coming to, yes, IonQ, quantum stocks. Yes, heavy movement this week. Really, yeah, I was looking here for the, okay, let's clean it up for you. Give me 1 second. All right, I've cleaned it up a little bit in the meantime. I was looking here for a larger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure into the white wave 1. And that was our idea. Yeah, we potentially looking here for an ABC structure to the downside. And I was looking here already last week or the week before for an A wave. Then we got the 3-wave structure into the B wave, and it was clear, okay, all right, we might see this C wave here to the downside. And I thought, okay, in a really bullish case, the price might just touch this $38.6 level or didn't get at that level. Yeah, because I had the feeling, okay, there's something brewing, and the quantum stocks, especially after the earnings report of Nvidia, and the expectations were, yeah, the earnings report was above the expectations, and everything was fulfilled. So fundamentally and technically for higher prices. And as you can see here, my idea was, okay, we saw this A wave, B wave, and we reached the 100% extension here. And then I thought, okay, we might get one more leg down before grinding higher. And I thought, okay, either you get here the first position, and if we come lower, I mean, then I would label this one here as an A wave, then we get the B wave, C wave afterwards, and we get even better prices. But in a really bullish case, yeah, I was expecting here the B wave bounce, and then we don't get that deep C wave. And as you can see, we got another 5-wave structure to the upside, got a really nice entry here. And I can show you that my post here in my community. So that was IonQ. There on the 18th, I buy, and was there in the structure when we reached the 100% extension, slightly below that level. And I told you I'm expecting the price to come lower into a larger ABC structure. I probably buy in like the following 20, 20, 20, and 40%. So when I take my budget, I split it in this percentages here. So I could enter only with the first position of 20% of my budget I want to use. But anyway, that's the way how you trade it, or how I trade it. Grinding into the first legs here to the downside. I was expecting actually the larger A wave in blue, get a B wave bounce, C wave down, and then we get another opportunity, and then maybe another 1-2 setup, and there we can hit or can add more aggressively. But the price, yeah, shoot it above, or made another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure to the upside, and now we have a 1-2 potential, another 1-2 setup. But it's definitely possible that we grind instantly to the new all-time highs on the third wave. In a more bearish alternative, we have this A wave overshooting B wave and get the C wave down. This could be a really nice entry opportunity here down below. But my preferred scenario at the moment, when we zoom in, but sorry for this mess here, but I was analyzing the quantum stocks through the week. heavily here, the quantum was D-Wave. I'll come back, I'll come to this chart later on here after this one. But I see this move here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. First indication that we might test this wide support box here is a break of the $60.23. A, B, C. But as long as we're trading above that level, I'm looking for higher prices, and this could be already the third wave here to the upside. So even in a wave 2 here, and especially in this double 1-2 setups, the second wave 2, just from experience point of view, is in the most cases it's really shallow. So in a really bullish market, as you can see here, if this was really the wave 2 bottom here, then it was really shallow. It was not it was not, it didn't even touch the 23, but it reached the minimum expectations or level at the 23 at 49. Therefore, it's valid to count as a wave 2. And I'm expecting a move, the same move here. So when we put here the 23, we might, even in a break of the $60 level, we could just touch this level here and then shoot directly up. That's possible. No financial advice, but so let's put the 23 out. If we come into the wide support here, I mean, I won't be surprised if we shoot up. And if this is just high B wave or overshooting B wave, then I would look here for the C wave. And even in this case, we should hold above the A wave low. If we come below the A wave low here, all right, then we see the C wave, but then we have plenty of support here down below. But yeah, my preferred scenario, I'm looking here for another 1-2 setup. And in the more bearish alternative, yeah, we break this support here, but then we have the support down below. And at the moment, the price or the trend remains up as long as we hold this support level here. So yeah, pretty bullish at the moment. And I'm looking for higher prices. So would be great to get another pullback. I mean, a lot of investors would look for it, but we went in here pretty nice, and therefore I can only recommend you check out my WAP link down below with the code free90. You get free 90 days for free. It's a free trial. You can join and leave whenever you want. You just need Telegram. Connect us with your WAP with your WAP account you create in the order process, and then use the code free90, and you don't miss any trades we do. We will take in the future here, and can enjoy the nice entries here. Yeah. Anyway, D-Wave. Yeah, we had initially not that clean setup like on IonQ. I think on IonQ it was more clear that it is 5-way structure to the upside, because here we broke below the 50%. It's not too deep, but also not ideal for this third wave here or fifth wave to the upside. I didn't board in here on D wave, but I was looking for it definitely. But the pullback was already pretty deep here for an A wave, and therefore, if we should have get the C wave here to the downside, let's say at this point, then it could have come pretty low here below the 78. But then we got the news on Wednesday, I think. Or was Tuesday. Yeah, the move started on Tuesday. There was some fundamental news. I think any Wall Street investor mentioned the quantum computing stocks, and then we got NVIDIA news, and yeah, the whole story here, as you can see, played out pretty well. And now, I'm still looking here for this high B wave or wave 1. So the next pullback will give us an idea with what we are dealing here. In both scenarios, I want the price to hold above this A wave low. In a more bearish alternative, it could be the C wave, but then the initial wave 2 support comes into focus. Currently not preferred. My preferred scenario is either we grind higher or we see here maybe another entry opportunity in the wave 2, and then we have the 1-2 setup. That would be great. And first indication we coming into this white support is the break of the yellow support, A, B, C. And same story as on IonQ. Could be pretty shallow. So touching this level, and then up again. And breaking below this level, currently not expected. So I'm looking here for a reaction if we come lower. But at the moment, in the very short term, as long as we hold the yellow support, I'm looking for higher prices. That's it. Then we have the quantum computing stock here. It's called quantum computing. Initially not that clear because, as you can see here, and this is what I mean when the fifth wave gets too long. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pretty deep, wave 4, fifth wave to the upside. Ideally, the wave 4 is touching the 38% here, this one, 38, and then goes up. That's standard support. Then it shouldn't break below the 50%, but it's fine. But it has to hold the 61.8. Below that level, it's it's not longer actually. I would look. I don't look for a wave 4. I would look for an A, B, C structure. And this idea is also supported, as you can see, with this high fifth wave, potential fifth wave to the upside. When we measure the whole lengths 1 and 3, so I'm taking the whole length here of the 1 and 3 together, go to the low of the wave 4, and the ideal target for the fifth wave was at $11.02. And with the break of the $13.45, we reached above the 100% extension of the wave 1 and 3 together to the low of the potential fourth wave. And this one was also pretty deep. And therefore, it makes sense that I label this one here as an A wave. We got a B wave, hit ideal target for the B wave. And then we hit an ideal target for a potential C wave. Therefore, this is what I want to point out here. If you see something like this here, and where the fifth wave stretches really high and you have a deep 4, a wave 4, then it's actually speaking more for an A, B, C structure because we reached the ideal target for the C wave to the upside. I mean, we can say, okay, let's say this one here is 1, 2. Then you can count this move here as an A wave, B wave, C wave in the third wave. And you were looking here for wave 4, and now you're looking for the fifth wave to the upside. And then we have to take here the wave 2, go off the high of the wave 3, and we hold it up above the $88.70, and this could be our wave 4, and we come up to the wave 5, and then in a diagonal structure, A, B, C, and now A, B, C. So what I want to say here is the structure can easily morph due to this high fifth wave, it gave us the idea that we might saw an ABC or diagonal, and therefore we has to stay cautious. We can label this one here either as an A wave, B wave, C wave, and we're testing the levels from down below here in orange, A, B, C. So there are a lot of scenarios which can play out here. And it's not like IonQ, where you have a market cap of over 20 or 30 billion US dollars. You have here just 2.7 billion. Therefore, it's a lot of more volatility. You don't need that much capital to move the price here. So I'm expecting here more volatility. But ideally the white support box is holding here for wave 2. And the first indication, we're coming down, is the break of this yellow support here. And the price should break below the, or it already broke below the $12.18. So we got the first indication that the price might test the white support here, either in a wave 1 or an A wave, B wave, and then the C wave to the upside. This could be a B wave and C wave. So I'm looking here for higher prices as long the white support box holds. I mean, that's pretty much in line with the other quantum stocks. So therefore, it would make sense to look here for an A wave or wave 1. And then, as long we hold the white support here, if we come really deep here, I mean, could be an entry opportunity. But it's possible you get stopped out, definitely. So it's not like on the IonQ where you have a clear 5-way structure to the upside, potential 1-2 setup again, or overshooting B wave. So it's not that clear here, especially of the initial move here, which were pretty volatile and gave us the idea of a diagonal. I mean, it can shoot up really high here. We have a low market cap here, so the price can shoot up. I mean, there's a lot of potential to the upside as well as on the downside. So stay cautious. But I will keep you updated here, and as I told you, just check out my WAP link down below with the code. It's absolutely for free, and then you don't miss any trades here. It's just an offer, and I think that was it. We are now at more than 1 hour. I don't want to make it too long here. I will give you a separate update for the cryptos. I mean, it's only Bitcoin, Solana, and some other assets I'm following in the crypto sector, but it's really slow there. So I will give you a separate update there, so I don't want to make it too long here. And I hope my analysis helps you, and drop in the comments down below what you think, and if you have specific stocks or cryptos to analyze, want me to analyze, then drop it in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe and to like. That's absolutely for free and help me to grow this channel here. And otherwise, check out the WAP link down below and the code free90, and then we see us in my community. Otherwise, see you next week. Bye bye.